Hey guys, Larry C here. You know, my wife is so sweet. When I was walking out of the house this morning, she was like, "You know what, Larry? You're the only one I've ever loved." I was like, "Oh, that's so nice, dear. I can't thank you enough." She was like, "The rest were nines and tens." Am I cooked, chat? Let me know in the comments. Shout out to you all.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What's going on, Stat Cats? It's Mr. C here. Shout out to you all. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do some basic things on the graphing calculator related to probability. And we're going to use this handout to do that with. All right, so just got three basic problems here, something that you'll most likely encounter when working with probability calculations. So the first one deals with the factorial symbol. Okay, this is not yelling the number 5, okay, but you know, if you're an instructor, you could yell it if you wanted to put emphasis on it. At any rate, 5 factorial by definition is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Something that you could very well do by hand, but to speed things up. And if you have larger numbers, you can use the graphing calculator, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google, and I typed in this prompt, graphing calculator TI-84. And one of the ones that I've been using just on the side is this one, TI-84 graphing calculator online. Just a heads up, there are going to be quite a bit of ads on this website, but that's, you know, what you get for something that's free nowadays. But let me go ahead and select Start TI-84. And here we have a TI-84 plus CE, that means Color Edition, emulator. Let me just get rid of a couple of these ads. All right, so I'm just going to hit the enter button to clear that initial message. What you want to do for 5 factorial is you want to type in the number 5 itself. And then what you want to do is you want to select the math button. And then there's this tab right here for prob, that stands for probability. Go ahead and arrow over to that. And right there in option 4, you see the factorial symbol or exclamation point. Now, if you have a TI-83 or a TI-84 that's a non-CE, the keystroke should be the same. All right, so nothing's lost here by using this online emulator. But let me go ahead and scroll down to option 4 and press enter. And press enter one more time, and the answer is 120. All right. Something to be aware of is when the factorial you're trying to compute is a larger number, let's say 511, and you want to do the factorial, you can surely try that out in your graphing calculator. But due to the nature of the factorial symbol, sometimes the numbers get too large too fast. All right, so it said error overflow. Let me try something a little smaller. Let's say 50 factorial. Okay, yep, so you see 3.04, blah, 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 and then you're seeing E64. Okay, this is not an error. This actually stands for scientific notation. Let me just show you that real quick. I'll round this to 2 decimal places. So this is basically 3.04 times 10 to the power of 64. All right, and that's a pretty large number too, so your calculator is just going to shortcut it and just leave it in scientific notation. But just understand that this does not stand for error. This means scientific notation. Okay, so if you see capital E and the number behind it, okay, so this is times 10 to whatever number is behind it. All right, so with that out of the way, our next problem is 20p10. So this is a permutation function right here. This is, you know, how many different arrangements you can make when you select 10 items from 20. So let's do that in the graphing calculator. First thing you're going to want to type in is this first number, though, so 20. Let me clear the deck here. 20. And then you want to go back up to math. arrow over to where it says probability, and you're going to select option 2. That puts the P symbol there, and then whatever amount of items that you're choosing goes here. So based on the problem, that was 10. So let me type that in, press enter, and here we go with that scientific notation again. Okay, so 6.767 times 10 to the power of 11. Now, let's say the number of items I wanted to choose was a little smaller than that. Let's say 20 P2. Okay, now you're dealing with smaller numbers. So yeah, whenever this first number is, large enough, you will run into scientific notation depending on how large the second number is. Okay, so just something to be aware of. Okay, maybe a lot of times you're choosing 2 cards from a deck, so maybe that would be like 52 math, probability, and let's use NPR and assume the order matters. Okay, so 2,652. All right. So you probably saw, as I was doing this calculation, the NCR function. So let me clear the deck here, and we'll do this third and final problem. Okay, 52C2. All right. This might be illustrative. Let me put back in 52P2. Okay, 2,652. Now let's do 52 math, arrow over to probability, and select option 3, and then press 2, and 1,326. So this illustrates that in some cases NPR is not the same as NCR, and that's because of how they're defined. Okay, P stands for permutations, which means picky about order, and C stands for combination, which means couldn't care less about order. All right, or P for position and C for committee. That's how the author explains it. But yeah, there you have it. That's just a simple way of how you can use these functions, as well as some additional details. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching another video of mine. It's been a pleasure making all these, and I look forward to making more. And have a great rest of your day, StatCats. Let's continue to boss up in stats. See you later.